everybody, welcome back to WWE 12 Universe. I'm your host Jitch and you're watching Friday Night SmackDown. 5 days following WrestleMania, the draft is in full swing as we have got two big time matches coming your way that are for draft picks tonight. A classic showdown between two women. We have been told SmackDown has acquired its second woman superstar to represent it tonight, as Kharma has followed Beth Phoenix over to SmackDown. She has got unfinished business with her, and she is coming here to SmackDown tonight to face Tiny Shiny one more time before the two are separated, unless Tiny Shiny gets drafted to SmackDown in a draft battle. And then our main event, a huge main event.
Approaching the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing 241 pounds, he is one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, the Rated R Superstar, Edge.
I think it's amazing the way Tony Chamel's dick is able to announce all of that. He doesn't even have to move his mouth to pretend. Like, that is just straight up his penis talking. Anyway, yes, our main event tonight, a first time ever collision. Raw and SmackDown put in some of their absolute bests to work, as Raw has decided that Kevin Nash, one half the World Tag Team Champions, will represent Raw in a draft match against SmackDown's decision of The Rock. That's a big draft match main event. The Rock and Nash. Undoubtedly a first time ever between those as well. Here comes Big Van Vader, one half the World Tag Team Champions. We've got a cross-brand matchup here tonight, which, believe it or not, as I said before, as it currently stands, this is actually not a cross-brand match in the way you'd expect. It's cross-brand in the sense that we've got both these two competing on SmackDown, but both Edge and Vader are Raw competitors, despite Edge holding the SmackDown WWE Tag Team Championship. They are actually separate brands. Very, very strange situation. Not one I've ever really seen before, but it is what it is. Big Van Vader and Edge facing off here tonight. And of course, as I mentioned on Tuesday's ECW, the Light Heavyweight Championship going to be on the line between Rey Mysterio and Tyson Kidd after a great match between Rey and Big Show. I'm very interested to see exactly what kind of a match we're in for when Rey Mysterio and Tyson Kidd face off one-on-one. Clearly, Mysterio very, very motivated tonight to win that Light Heavyweight Championship from Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd has been saying that it's do or die for a while now, but he's finally on top of the mountaintop with the Light Heavyweight Championship. It would be a real shame for that reign to come to an end so fast, simply because he got overzealous and said he wanted to defend the title 5 days after he won it. In recent news, we've been told that John Morrison is in fact speaking the truth. It is not a rumor anymore. John Morrison has agreed to one more championship matchup in his contract, an Intercontinental title defense at Extreme Rules, and he says that Teddy's going to have to pick his absolute best to get the Intercontinental title off of him, because if he does not manage to get the Intercontinental Championship off of John Morrison will leave the business with the Intercontinental Championship at Extreme Rules. Quite a controversial move by John Morrison, but the guy has been incredibly unhappy with his treatment by Teddy Long, and of course having his partner The Miz get injured in an unfair 2-on-3 handicap match. Morrison has every right to be as vocal and as frustrated as he is, if you ask me. You wonder who they'll try to throw against John Morrison to try and keep the Intercontinental Championship in place. Got some big drafts coming up. I said before that it was going to be a mystery. I forgot. I do draft videos, no mystery, no mysterious, nothing. We're going to be having a special draft dedicated episode. My mistake. That is right. There'll be superstars from Raw, ECW, and SmackDown being drafted. Can't wait to see exactly what it is that goes down.
Edge connected, Edge
Say there'll be the two big ones from Raw and the two big ones from SmackDown. As we saw on Raw, CM Punk officially a part of Friday Night SmackDown, making his return after being drafted last year to Raw. He'll be back on the blue brand. But who's going to join him? That's the question, as Raw so far has gained one from SmackDown as well. In 1/3 of the crew, R-Truth, who has got a hell of a lot of potential still, if you ask me. I think there's still something big that can happen with R-Truth in Season 3. Interesting to see how he is now that he's no longer in the company of Mark Henry or Booker T, but rather just on his own. And how the crew, Mark and Booker, are feeling about this. Of course, they could end up joining R-Truth on Raw. As we know, the draft matches here tonight on SmackDown, just like the ones on Monday's Raw, are simply between Raw and SmackDown, but ECW will be gaining some draft picks coming out of the 2011 WWE Draft, its own separate video coming up after SmackDown. Be sure to tune in on that one. Can't wait to see exactly who goes where. A tummy drop. That shouldn't have made me laugh. I don't know why it did. I'm a child. Currently, we know that SmackDown and Raw will be gaining 2 superstars each from the ECW brand, leaving them with just the ECW champion Mick Foley and 2 other ECW superstars. But we've not been told exactly how many superstars will be on each brand. What we've been told is that management will be acquiring the grand total of how many superstars there are on each respective brand, and then dividing that by 3 and making sure that each brand comes out of the 2011 draft equal. So it should be very interesting to see exactly how many are on each brand by the end of it. My guess is probably going to be about 15 maybe. It's not going to be the most crowded roster. We have lost a lot of superstars this season. And of course ECW was not nearly as populated as it's going to be coming out of the draft, if I had to guess. If there is of course an outlier and there is one brand that has to have less than the other 2, that will naturally be ECW, the brand with only the ECW championship, but management is currently looking at potentially adding more championships to the ECW brand in the following season. However, that has yet to be confirmed. Kick Vader off there as Edge tries to get back into this one-on-one matchup. And a neck breaker take Vader down. Edge gonna do whatever it takes to come out with the victory here tonight. This may not be a draft match, but this is about tag team superiority. You notice this isn't Edge and Christian up against Nash and Vader. That is simply because Nash is competing against The Rock tonight in our main event, so Vader has got to go at it alone in this one. No sign of Christian though in Edge's corner, so I'm not really sure what the condition of Edge and Christian is, how exactly they plan to go forward with the tag team titles, unless they're going to try to negotiate a trade to bring Edge to SmackDown, even if he doesn't get drafted. Edge. Big move coming. I feel like Edge would be right at home here on SmackDown, though, I must say. He really likes the way Tony Chimmel introduces him with his penis. He has said that in a few interviews. Who doesn't like Tony Chimmel over Justin Roberts, though? Absolutely. Tony any day. Justin Roberts, no fucking way. You couldn't pay me to employ that man. So interested in seeing what happens here on SmackDown tonight, and of course to see the rebirth of the women's division here on SmackDown, which will, much like I said before, it will be similar to the men's draft. Currently SmackDown has confirmed that they will have Beth Phoenix and Kharma, but they will be picking up a few more as the 2 women's divisions will be divided. Incredible move by Edge there. Probably not good for that neck of his, but you know. He did it now, there's not really a lot I can say or do. I had to scrap the remarkable matches on this episode in case anyone's curious. I was initially just going to go with what the game books, but the game booked John Cena versus Undertaker to kick off SmackDown, which, after main eventing WrestleMania for SmackDown, I mean, it was SmackDown's main event, it wasn't the main event, but I stand by that, you know, each brand gets its own special headline, and, after topping off SmackDown's part of WrestleMania for the WWE title, it seems a little underwhelming to have them kick off this week's SmackDown in a non-title match. So I scrapped that, and then I think the next match was a 3-on-1 handicap that was like Kofi Kingston up against Slater, Gabriel, and Tyson Kidd or something. It was something really stupid. It made a little more sense, but like, it made more sense than the ECW one, which, by the way, I will correct. It was not Slater and Gabriel. No, The Miz. It wasn't The Miz and the Power Trip. It was the Miz, Morrison, and Michael McGillicuddy versus Chavo Guerrero in a handicap match. It just made no friggin' sense. Oh man, remember WrestleMania when Edge actually did the spear? Like, the spear? That was crazy. He didn't do that top rope one. He like straight up did the spear. Oh wait, was that a Vader bomb we just saw? I don't feel like I reacted to that at all, but I'm pretty sure we just saw a Vader bomb.
1, 2, 3.
And Vader continues his momentum. I gotta say, I'm not entirely surprised with the outcome here. Him and Nash have been incredible. They overcame the Road Warriors at WrestleMania. Go ahead and cut this celebration short as we move towards our next match. Light Heavyweight Championship on the line. Rey Mysterio and Tyson Kidd.
San Diego, California, weighing 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio.
Right, well, Rey Mysterio this Tuesday on ECW had a fantastic showing against the Big Show. Really a big opportunity to prove himself. And I think he did just that. He may not have come out on top, but he looked fantastic in doing so. And he seems ready here tonight. Very symbolic to be wearing the same gear he wore at WrestleMania. I believe that was also the same gear he wore when he won the Intercontinental Championship. Rey Mysterio clearly going for some symbolism here tonight. And this is a big matchup for him. His first one-on-one Light Heavyweight Championship opportunity. But Tyson Kidd, I gotta say, this was very ballsy of him. He wanted to be a respectable champion. He wanted to come out there and show the world what he was made of, and he's doing just that by taking on this kind of a match.
Light Heavyweight Champion, Tyson Kidd.
5 days after winning the title, Tyson Kidd has decided he was immediately going to put the championship on the line. Very gutsy move. There you see Rey Mysterio just kind of bopping up and down. Love those blank side plates on the light heavyweight title. Truly a thing of beauty. I really don't know why those are there, unless they censored something out, but the WWE logo is on the other ones, and I'm assuming if they were to censor anything, it would be the WWF logo, so I don't really know what they could have taken off to have blank side plates, unless it really did just have blank side plates. I don't think I watched enough of the Attitude Era to really know that belt design too well. It had a red strap the couple times I saw, and it was mostly defended on Heat, which they, at the time, I don't know if they've changed that, I don't think they have, but there wasn't very many episodes of Heat on the network. I think it's still the same, I don't think they've bothered with Heat still. Heat and Velocity are two things they really need to put on there, because, like, they're not great high-demand things, but they're a part of history, and they should really acknowledge that.
Here we go.
Rather than just being like, here's the one where John Cena fought Daniel Bryan, fuck the rest of Velocity. Like, I mean, I know there's more than that, but it's like, I'd rather just be able to watch every Velocity, not the ones that they've decided are important.
Devastating shot to the spine and back.
They've clearly got them in their archives. They could just upload them. I've uploaded to YouTube enough to know that uploading things isn't that fucking difficult.
Tyson Kidd, the self-proclaimed crown prince of the WWE, a perfectionist at every level.
I'm so curious to see if Rey Mysterio can upset Tyson Kidd here tonight. Obviously, it would be an upset, and it would be, I think, a real heartbreaking one for Tyson Kidd, to say the least. But Tyson Kidd, really, as I say, a very gutsy move here tonight. For those curious why this match is really happening, there's two reasons. One is, as I said before, Mysterio had a lot of momentum heading into WrestleMania. He is definitely the top dog, the guy you want to be able to say you beat to retain your Light Heavyweight Championship. But secondary, I accidentally played as him at WrestleMania, and he didn't get a fair shot, so this is me giving him probably an even fairer shot, to be honest. But that's it. That's the reason this match is happening. Just those two things combined.
Rey Mysterio, his guts, his heart, his soul are all so well documented. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we still have what
who's documenting the about Rey Mysterio's heart and soul? Who are you people? You're sitting there at your keyboard like, oh, Rey Mysterio, great heart and soul. Who are you? Oh, he didn't land in the ropes. Tough break for Rey.
Look at this! Wow! Simply put, Rey Mysterio can do things no other man can do.
Kicking him more angles, and Tyson Kidd beautifully flew over the top of Rey Mysterio. 619, that fan there. I think they like Rey Mysterio. Went for the flying crotch, but Kidd rolled out of the way.
And he fights out of it. He breaks the hold. Rey Mysterio, always known as the biggest little man in the history of WWE.
It's such a weirdly, like, complimentary, degrading thing to say all in one sentence. You're a really big little man, you know that, Rey? Into the face of Tyson Kidd. Get oh, almost got him through that table there. You see the Light Heavyweight Championship, corner of the screen. Oh, shout out to that title. Hey, why is Lawler standing up? Oh, right, because they got near the table, fair enough. There was actually a reason for that.
Look at this.
Pump handle. Gutbuster, okay. Tyson Kidd being very creative on the offense here. Right now, him and Natalya living the high life as women's and light heavyweight champion. Very successful couple there. Those that slay together stay together is the cringy motto I've had many a time. Again, I don't really understand Tyson Kidd's default attire in this game. He's got like those arrows on his tights, but you can't even see them. Because it's white on like really bright grey. That is a bad default attire. I feel like the superstar threads I've made for him are way better than his in-game attire. Which is weird, because he probably actually wore that too. I don't know why else it would be in the game. Rey just really thinking for a minute there. Tyson Kidd got him locked in. Rey Mysterio very quick to fight back. This guy's got so much heart, so much fight. So much Rey Mysterio in one man. What a neck breaker. Oh, right. Oh, I really thought he was going to do the 619. Very nice attempt at a stomp there. Didn't quite connect, though. Rey's noises. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. No. I don't even know if people are okay with me making these laugh. I mean, I don't know why you'd be offended by it, but like, I guess more it's just a matter of I don't know if anybody else even finds it funny. I think I've only just recently started reacting to those, and like, I'm like 20 episodes ahead in recording to what is currently up on YouTube. Man, it's gonna be like a whole month in between when I recorded some of these and when they've gone up. That is actually really strange to think. I still can't get over how far ahead I am, but hey, that's what happens when I book some time off work, I guess. Just, I get the time to record. It's literally a different form of work. It's a more enjoyable form of work. I'd do this for, you know, I'd do this for a living. Hell yeah. I'd sit and play this for a living. It's not that bad, you know, I enjoy it. I love booking it. I love the matches. I love the stories I'm able to tell. Yeah, I gladly. 100%. Gladly I'd do this for a living. I mean, eventually I'm going to catch up, and I'm not going to be able to play anymore, but... Uh-oh. Oh, Tyson Kidd, look out! Oh boy, he's going for it too. He's not just got you in those ropes. 619. I think we've already said goodbye to Tyson Kidd's light heavyweight title reign. I'm sorry to say it, but I think so. 2, 3, and just like that, that is why sometimes you don't get overconfident in your first night as champion. Tyson Kidd laid it all on the line, and he came out a loser. Rey Mysterio is still, is your new light heavyweight champion. Here comes Eddie, the best friend of Rey Mysterio, proud of his buddy. That is a celebration. Oh my god, he seems so happy for him. Rey Mysterio finally a champion again in the business. The light heavyweight title has found its way around the waist of Rey Mysterio's move towards our next match of the night. Tiny Shiny up against Kharma. It's a draft match. That's right, folks. It's a draft match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from the United Kingdom, Tiny Star.
Tiny Shiny back in action once again. Magnificent. Comes down to the ring here tonight to face off against Kharma in a match that will determine the next draft pick in the 2011 WWE draft. And of course, Tiny Shiny has a hell of an advantage over Kharma in this match, as she has defeated Kharma on multiple occasions. Kharma! So Kharma apparently officially a part of SmackDown. As of now, she has joined, and I really can't word it another way. She has basically chased Beth Phoenix over to this brand. There really isn't another way for me to put that. Beth Phoenix thought she was finally free of Kharma, and Kharma found her yet again. There is some real symbolism in that statement. She just can't get away. But Tiny Shiny and Kharma, they say goodbye to one another after tonight. Just trying to, like, subtly in the background get the draft a little bit more ready whilst they make their entrances. I'll be completely honest. It needs doing. I gotta get it ready. I gotta save time. Alright, so Tiny Shiny and Kharma, these two start things off. Storied history between them. Tiny Shiny defeated Kharma for the Women's Championship quite some time back. Should be very interesting to see what goes down. Great reaction. I agree. As a big fan of reaction YouTubers, which I am most certainly not. Can't even joke about that. I really don't see how they make a living off of doing nothing but watching other people's stuff and talking about it. Probably about the same way that you can make a living off of letting a game play itself whilst you talk about it, you know? Probably about as respectable as that. Good thing I don't do that, hey? Good thing I play the game, at least.
A textbook suplex.
Textbook suplex.
I don't think so.
Oh. Why am I like this? Sometimes I just get really fed up with myself.
Oh, look out!
Spine first.
You're a spine.
Got the arm up.
Wow. Oh, we didn't say the wow.
To the ropes.
Really looking forward to our main event tonight. A first time ever collision. What will happen when we see Kevin Nash and The Rock go one-on-one with each other? I think it'll be great. I think it'll be a real dream come true for someone out there.
And there's the toss.
Triple H, Undertaker, Zack Ryder, and then I am done writing up the draft wheel. I just wanted to make sure it was ready because I gotta have that prepared for the next video. And I've been slacking a little bit. Alright. Why wheel changes? Yay! Error establishing a connection. Yay! Alright, there we go. Wow, the SmackDown roster is so much bigger than the other two! Oh my god! How did that happen? I just have to quickly adjust the other two as well to make sure that some people have been removed. Like CM Punk shouldn't be on the Raw one anymore. As I was writing the SmackDown one, I just didn't put R-Truth on it, so that's fine. Wow, yeah, the Raw roster looks so much smaller. It is really strange.
You're in trouble now.
Just quickly double check the ECW one doesn't have like Jackson or anything on it. It should have 7 names. It does, okay. You're in trouble now! Tiny Shiny once again, bringing her A-game against Kharma here tonight. To say, she is Kharma's kryptonite. I think Tiny Shiny's really going to thrive on a brand without Kharma or Beth Phoenix, though. And I like to see Tiny Shiny thrive. Because I play favorites. Wonderful move executed there by Tiny Shiny. She continues to lay into one of the most fearsome women across all of the WWE, who is now officially a part of SmackDown.
Just squeezing down on the
Kharma with the Divas Championship seems like a really weird mental image, but
Wills her way out.
she could be the one. You know, Kharma wasn't allowed to challenge Natalia. I mean, Kharma wasn't allowed to challenge Beth Phoenix for the Women's Championship anymore, but no one ever said anything about Kharma challenging Beth Phoenix for the Divas Championship. That could completely turn things around. I'm done writing up the draft wheels now. They're all ready. I just realized I need to take Mick Foley off of one. I also need to take Kevin Nash and Vader off of one. And Christian off of one. But that's fine. I can do that off screen. Slight edits are a lot quicker. Got an Anaconda Vice locked in there. Very quick to knee herself out of that one was Kharma. I really can't believe how much Tiny Shiny can be the kryptonite to Kharma sometimes. It's crazy how much he's able to put this woman in her place. You don't often see someone go toe-to-toe with Kharma the way Tiny Shiny does. Maybe 2011 will finally be the year Tiny Shiny gets a real Women's Championship reign. Or Divas Championship if she comes here to SmackDown. Or, you know, the champions could swap brands. That is also a possibility. We could see Beth Phoenix and Natalia exchange brands.
Oh, this isn't good.
There'll be a full draft for every woman. That we're going to basically treat them as free agents. So you'll hear about some people being drafted to Raw that are already on Raw. And you'll hear some being drafted to SmackDown that are already on SmackDown. But here tonight, they are representing Raw and SmackDown, Tiny Shiny and Kharma. It's just you might hear Tiny Shiny has been drafted to Raw in the 2011 draft.
refusing to give in there. What sheer determination.
So Kharma might be representing SmackDown here tonight, but she could be returning to Raw instantaneously in tomorrow's draft episode.
Not this time.
Drop kick to the back. Kharma not even knocked off her feet from that. These two still going at it. No slowing them down. Kharma now. Head scissors, elbows the head of Tiny Shiny. Just vicious. Oh, grinding the boot on the face.
What's Kharma gonna do this time?
Big spinning backhand.
I don't know how much more of this kind of damage she can take. Watch out here.
What a DDT by Tiny Shiny. What a pulling of the legs by Kharma. Seem pretty evenly matched right now. Can't tell which one of these two is going to come out on top. Oh, Tiny Shiny with a roll up. That's a good way to try and surprise Kharma and grab a victory, but no. No. Oh, vicious DDT. Very fast connection. Like an internet. That was the whole statement, like an internet. You won't get commentary this good anywhere else. And that's because you're not going to watch YouTube shows like this anywhere else. Because I'm not uploading them to Twitch anymore. I give up on that. Uh-oh, Kharma looking for that sit-out powerbomb. Got it straight into the cover. Has Tiny Shiny suffered defeat? Yes, she has. SmackDown gains another one tonight. Obviously, if SmackDown gains a woman in the draft tonight, then they're not going to be part of like the everyone's in the draft thing. Kharma picks up the victory for SmackDown here tonight. Might have very well just won herself. No, she's already on the SmackDown roster. I actually fixed that. Okay, I'm just going to stop that right there. Let's go to the draft event. I don't want to watch Kharma celebrate out of character. So who is coming to SmackDown from Monday Night Raw? Could it be Randy Orton? We hung on him for a pretty long time. R-Truth could come back. That's a possibility in this draft. Oh! I've been saying the United Kingdom need to be separated. Sheamus. I think he's coming back to... No. No, this is his first time being a SmackDown superstar. Sheamus debuted on Raw in the WWE Championship Scramble at the 2009 Survivor Series. He's been on Raw for a year and a half, and for the first time ever, or a year and a quarter if you want to be really... No, would it be a year and a half? I think it is a year and a half. For the first time ever, Sheamus is no longer a member of Monday Night Raw. He can make a really big impact here on SmackDown. This is a big pick. No, he's from Raw, not SmackDown. No.
Approaching the ring, one half
Wrong thing.
tag team champions, Big Sexy
Kevin Nash going to be Raw's representative here tonight, and I got to say, this is a very wise choice from the Raw General Manager, Mr. McMahon. I think this was a good decision on someone to represent Raw. One half the World Tag Team Champions, Kevin Nash, has been on a hot streak just lately. He's considered a top contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, as a matter of fact. Absolutely strong choice by Mr. McMahon to put as their draft representative for a very big pick. I believe the way that this works is that the draft that I'll be doing tomorrow night is completely randomized. Who goes where is completely randomized, whereas the draft pick matches, the winner, that general manager gets to choose who they take from the other brand.
and his opponent from Miami, Florida, weighing 275 pounds.
So they may get someone they absolutely do not want tomorrow night. Mr. McMahon might end up getting, like, let's say, Ted DiBiase could be drafted from SmackDown for Raw as a perfect example. Guy who's just been the biggest pain in the ass for him for the last few months could be back on a brand that he's in charge of. You know, Teddy Long could get can't think of anyone, to be honest, off the top of my head. Teddy Long doesn't really have beef with people. You know, they could get someone like that. Whereas in the draft picks, they can take whoever they want from the other brand. If Mr. McMahon wants Triple H, Mr. McMahon can take Triple H. This is more of like a, if Kevin Nash wins, then Mr. McMahon chooses. If The Rock wins, then Teddy Long chooses. So that's what makes these matches so special, and I'm glad it took me until the last match to make that up. That was very good of me to leave that right until the last minute. I mean, there were admittedly only 4 draft matches. Mr. McMahon has invested so far in R-Truth coming to Raw, whereas Teddy Long has definitely made the most of it, I'd say, taking both CM Punk and Sheamus here to SmackDown. Who will be next to come to Friday Night SmackDown? Teddy Long can even bend the rules here tonight. If he wants to take one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Kevin Nash or Vader, he can do just that. Whereas if Mr. McMahon wants to take the other half of the Tag Team Champions, Christian, and have both WWE Tag Team Champions on Raw, he can do that too. There are absolutely no rules when it comes to this part of the draft. That is why ECW wasn't included in the end. It's because too much of a risk of them taking the ECW champion. You just can't have that. He's the ECW champion. Kevin Nash and The Rock, a match I honestly never even knew I needed to see, but here it is. I feel like these two could have a great one if they just figure out how to actually hit each other. I've done my calculations. In total, there are 44 superstars across the 3 brands, which brings the total to 14.6 recurring, is what you divide that by 3, which I believe means one brand will get 15, and then the other two brands will get 15, and one will get 14. So as I said before, SmackDown and Raw, they'll get 15 superstars each, and ECW will get 14 superstars. The rosters will be a little bit tight, but following the 2011 draft, there's only 1 month of it being these 2 brands with 15 and one with 14, and then we have ourselves Season 3, where a whole new array of superstars will be distributed amongst the 3 brands. I did some quick math out of curiosity. There have been 19 superstars let go this season in total. 5 that never ever actually were in-ring competitors because they love wasting spots in a game with limited spots on non-wrestlers. I don't know why. We did not need Michael Cole. We did not need Jim Ross. We did have Jerry Lawler, but I've decided to quietly take him off the roster after a few losses. I was never really using him all that seriously anyway. At least he was a wrestler, though. I'll give them that. So actually, there was 4 that were a waste of a spot. Because you don't need Jim Ross, you don't need Michael Cole, you don't need Mr. McMahon as a playable character, and you damn well never fucking ever, god damn it, for the love of God, nobody needs Vicky Guerrero. Nobody. Keep that shit out. Literally, 100% mean it when I say it. The reason I stopped watching wrestling in like 2009 when she was, I think it was 2008, 2009-ish when she was around. When she was the SmackDown General Manager and the whole storyline with Edge and everything, I stopped. When they made her like Raw General Manager or something, I did not watch. I literally boycotted the whole fucking company until they wrote her off because I could not stand her, and they had this fucking throbbing, like, please just jack off already boner. Like, it was just rock fucking solid Think of the hardest Rock you've ever seen. That was the dick that they had for just sticking Vicky Guerrero on TV as much as humanly fucking possible, and it was awful. I hated those years. I'm going to struggle to rewatch those on the network, but I'm going to try, because I feel like I might have missed out on some stuff. It's just, my god, it's not even like, well, she's a good heel because you hate her. It's like, no, I refuse to watch a show with her on it. It's obnoxious. I don't expose myself to things I don't enjoy. I don't watch AEW because I don't enjoy what I hear about it. You know, it's just, I don't put myself through things I don't like. I stopped watching wrestling in like 2018 because they decided Jinder Mahal was a world champion. I will just stop watching something if I don't like it. And I have no problem admitting that. I would rather stick to my guns and actually, like, give up on something if it becomes shit to me than force myself to sit through it because I might as well. I've skipped a lot of the early years in WCW on the network because I don't really enjoy early WCW. I can't stand Tony Schiavone's commentating. I can't stand characterless wrestlers. The sport of wrestling on its own is just boring to me. It needs good stories and good gimmicks and shit. I guess I'm just that fucking fan, you know? I'm sorry, but I'm just that fucking fan. If it's just two guys facing off in a ring with no real concept behind it, I just don't give a shit. Yeah, I'm sure they're both really great at what they do, and the match might even be pretty entertaining, but I don't know, man. I'd rather watch The Fiend do some freaky shit.
What are we going to see here?
What's Kevin Nash gonna do? Got the Rock up on top. It's a big fall. That's what I call that move, just a big fall. Vader of the Power Trip was successful earlier in the night when he defeated one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, Edge, who is actually still a member of the Raw roster. I'd like to think the 2011 draft will bring Edge to SmackDown, so that tag title reign at least makes some sense. But who knows? I'd also like to think that The Rock would stand a pretty good chance against Kevin Nash, but right now, I don't know. Seems like anyone's game. Kevin Nash, I want to say, has gotten that little bit more offense in. Here comes the jackknife powerbomb. I think he might have just secured Monday Night Raw's next draft pick. Yeah, okay, he just wanted to get a low blow in as well. He just really doesn't like The Rock. And Kevin Nash secures another draft pick for Monday Night Raw. So 2 for Raw, 2 for SmackDown. The draft matches went kind of evenly. Who has Kevin Nash just secured as the last hand-picked draft pick for Mr. McMahon? Who from the SmackDown roster? A roster just bursting with talent. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Christian, Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio. So many to choose from. John Morrison, The Miz. The list just keeps going. SmackDown is exploding with talent. Even The Rock himself laying on the floor. You could go for him. The WWE Champion, The Undertaker. There is so much potential to take from Monday Night Raw, from Friday Night SmackDown. And let's see who it is that Mr. McMahon has hand-picked to come to Monday Night Raw. He could even take back Beth Phoenix or Kharma if he really wanted to. Who's he got? Who has Mr. McMahon decided on to take from Friday nights by choice? Oh, that's a big pick. He just separated DX. 6 minutes and 9 seconds. Just thought I'd throw that out there. 6 minutes and 9 seconds. That's how long Shawn Michaels has got to make his entrance. The timer starts now. So Shawn Michaels, former WWE champion, a man who made his name known on Monday nights when he won the WWE title in the 2010 Elimination Chamber, returns to Raw alone. He has been drafted away from Triple H. He had a pretty big breakout end of 2010, chasing the Intercontinental and WWE Championship simultaneously. He kept going between the two, John Morrison and The Miz. And now, Shawn Michaels says his farewell to Friday Night SmackDown whilst Triple H remains on this brand. Will Triple H be drafted in tomorrow's draft? Will DX be reunited? Will Edge and Christian be united? Many questions to be answered tomorrow night on the draft. Thank you for watching Friday Night SmackDown. I'll see you on the draft tomorrow night. Good. But, oh, hang on, Shawn Michaels is still making his entrance. He's still at 6 minutes and 9 seconds. Yeah. Well, goodbye SmackDown, says Shawn Michaels. I'll see you guys in the draft. Goodbye.